Rebecca and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make this cute little Valentine's brag book. It can be anything, it doesn't have to be Valentine's, it's just I thought it's coming up to Valentine's Day, so it'll be a nice little project for us to do to pass on to the people that we love. So I'll just untie it. Reveals a message if you want to put a message on. This one's forever and ever. So then you just basically unfold it and unfold the flaps, and then you've got some little books that you can put sentiments in. I ain't got my fingernails too thick to get it under there. And then you can put photos in, or little gift vouchers, or just little notes and things that you want to pop in. And then you've got the other side as well that you can put some more photos on. So it's just a lovely little Valentine's present. So first up, I just wanted to show the paper pad that I'm going to be using for my tutorial today. It's called Lipstick Basics by Craft Sensation, and I got it from The Works. I don't know whether if they still have it, or it could possibly have been the range. They both do sell Craft Sensations paper pads, so whether if you land on it, you might be lucky, you might get it, or you might want to try online and try and find it, or you can use any papers that you want. Because mine's Valentine's themed, that's why I'm going with this one, because there's love hearts and like little words that say love and things like that. So this is what I'm going to be using. So for the main part of the brag book, you need a piece of card that is 7.5 inches by 10 3/4 inches. And we'll get all the scoring done and out of the way. On the short side of the card, you want to score it 2.5 inches all the way down and 5 inches all the way down. And then turn it to the long side. And then you want to score it at 2.5, 2 7/8, 5 3/8, 5 5/8, 8 1/8, and 8 1/4. And then I think the other bits, no, I'll do the other ones, the other cutting ones, we'll cut some of the pieces away because we need to leave a small flap for some. So what we're going to do is, if you can see, there you've got, so to basically do 12 squares altogether front and back. So what we need to do is cut away some of the sections that we're not going to be using. Right, so the first cut that we need to make is on the middle section, on the side of the card that has got the wider side section here, because this is going to be the first hinge, if that's what you want to call it, of the card. Well, not card, sorry, of the piece. Now we're wanting to remove the score line, so on the right hand one you cut to the left of the line, all the way down to that line of intersection and past the score line, and then turn it and then cut to the right hand side. No, I'm sorry, I need to go down to the next one, please forgive me. Right, so down to the second score line, and then you cut into the right hand side of the second score line, because we're not going to need those pieces. And then the same on the other side. But on this side you want to cut to the right hand side of the score line, right down to the second score line, and then to the left of the second score line. There we go. And then what we need to do is we need to cut these sections out here. Oh, you can see it very well. All the little sections that are going to become the hinges are what we need to cut away. So it's the same process. You cut to the right and the left of the score lines. So first of all, let's do this one and we'll go to the right hand side of this. Right past there to the intersection part. And then once you've done it both sides, just snip away down the edge of that. And then the same for the thinner one. That's all our sections made. So if you have it, so we're going to do the inside of the brag book first. What we're going to do is we're going to create some little pockets here with this piece and just double check, yeah, that piece, and that one. So we just need to do a little bit more scoring. I just thought it'd be easier to show you how to do it once those sections were cut away. So each of these sections we want to have as a 1/4 inch. So this mark here is right on the 5-inch line. So if you just score down, right, so to create the little pockets, you want to score down the 6-inch line and skip this one, and then come on down, and the same on that one. Okay, and then on the opposite side, just turn it around, doing the same, but you're only scoring at the middle section. So do it like that, and then just score down the 6-inch line. So we get some little pieces that we're going to turn into the pockets. So what we need to do is now we need to cut away these sections that we've scored. So again, we're going to cut off the score line. So on this side, cut to the left. And turn it around and do the other side. Right, there you go. So essentially these parts are going to create little pockets in the middle section. So what we need to do now is hold and burnish all of our score lines. I just find it easier doing it once I've done the cutting, so that the card's not as flimsy and you're trying to work with it while you're cutting things away. Well, I'm using Crafter's Companion stamping cardstock for the base of my card. in folded and burnished. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stick our mats down that we're going to be putting onto the main sections that haven't been cut. So what I've done is I've cut out some red pieces of mirror card and some textured cardstock, because we're going to do the other side of it as well. But you decorate it exactly the same on either side this wise. So each of these mats are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inches, and altogether you'll need 14 of those. So I'm going to have them so 7 on each side. So I'll get these ones stuck down. So now I've got the base mats done here, we need to put some pattern paper layers on top of it. Now I've decided to use these ones that have got little hearts on, and these ones that say love and they've got a little heart as well. So again, you're going to need the same amount of mats to do the entire project, so 14 altogether. So if you just lay them out in whatever configuration you want them to go. See, I've not got enough of each one to do it on a double side, so let's have a play around and see which way we can do these. Right, so we'll do it like that. Then on the other side we'll probably do the same sort of pattern, but it'll be different because there's less sides for you to do. Okay, so stick all these ones down. Mats and layers done for the inside. I can't remember whether if I said, but the wider hinge needs to be at the top of the project, and then they get slightly smaller each as you go down. Can't remember if I said before, so I hope I did. I'm just saying it just in case I didn't. Right, now we're going to create some little pockets. So these flaps here that we've cut, we're going to put some red liner tape down the edges and fold them over, and that will create a little pocket. So if you try and get as thin as you can red liner tape. If you haven't got thin red liner tape, you can take some of the thicker stuff and cut it down yourself. It's just extremely sticky, so just be careful with your scissors. Don't be using your best scissors to cut that. I don't want your scissors getting spoiled. And you've created some little pockets. Just make sure that you give them a good press, just to make sure that they've stuck in place. You can always use white glue, it's just it's a bit more quicker for when you're doing videos for this part. And if you still wanted to use a red liner tape, you could put some liquid glue over the liner tape, and then you've got that wiggle room for if you fold it over and it's not quite where you want it to be. And then once it's dried, it'll be even stronger. There we go. Problem with the red liner tape is the backing of it sticks to your laptop, right? I think it's the static that's in it. There we go. Off. Right, so we've got 3 little pockets that you can put things into. But before we turn over and do the other side, I've got some mats to put on here, and these are 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. They're just of the same red mirror card that we've used before. So that's the inside of the brag book, all covered in paper how we want it. Now it's time to do the other side. Right, so I've flipped it over, and before we put any of the mats and layers on this side, we need to put our fastening in. I'm using ribbon. You can use twine, you can even use magnets if you want to use it that way, but I'm just wanting to put some nice ribbon on it as a finishing touch. So just get yourself a nice good length of ribbon. So we're going to be tying a bow with it to close it all up. And then what we're going to do is, if we've got it the top piece at the time with the with the wider hinge side. So, and then you want to find the middle of your ribbon, if that's what you're using, or twine, whatever. So we know we're about there. Just put a little crease in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put some red liner tape across here where I want it to go. This way. The ribbon I'm using is about 1 inch wide, I think, roughly. No, 3/4 of an inch. And I got this ribbon from Hobbycraft. I think it was £1 a reel, and there's 15 metres on it. So I thought it was really good ribbon for, especially for the price that it is. It's really nice and shiny as satin. They had lots of different colours when I got this, so of course I got one of each colour. Right, so I've put a tape on, and then we're going to just pop it down and try and eyeball it and get it into the middle, and then just lower it down, and then just press it along, and then that's going to be our fastening. So now all you need to do is do your mats and layers. So I'll get on with doing that. It's exactly the same as the other one, but when you're doing this one, just make sure you move that out of the way because you don't want it getting stuck down on that section. The only one that you want to be covered by the ribbon is this one. So I'll put this on high speed because you don't need to watch me doing it in real time. I'll talk to you again in a minute. That's our other side done, got all its mats and layers on and the fastening. So now it's time to just decorate it however you wish. I've not got the photos ready what I want to put into mine, but you can make it into a Valentine's gift. It doesn't have to have photos in it. A brag book is basically just a mini photo album that you keep with you so that you can brag about whatever's in the little album. But this you could put vouchers for a massage or a scratch card, something like that. But I've just got some little embellishments like hearts and things that I'm going to pop into mine when I know where the photos are, or what photos are going to be in. But I'm just going to like place them randomly around. Just get these on you. Got them all in a little pile. So because it's going to be folded up to make the little album, you can only really put sort of flat things in this. If you put anything that's too thick, it'll make it raise up and it'll not fasten properly. So it's up to you what you put in it. Just if you can try and put like love quotes in and things like that, just little things just to let them know that you love them. Or you can make it for yourself just to keep on you, to remind you of the people that you love. So that is totally up to you. So, alright, I think we've got... Yeah, so I think that's how I'll put my... here we go, I think a little bit like that one. And I'll put my photos in afterwards. You could also use gems and things to decorate it. But once I know which photos are going into it and what I'm putting into it, I'll be able to fully decorate it. Just want to show you quickly, you know, where I'm going to put these ones in. So it's up to you how much you want to decorate it. You might just want to leave it as this, you know, without any added decoration on. But that's your choice. So the next part is what we're going to use as the front flap. So to show you which one it's going to be. So folding it wise, if you start from the bottom, you fold that one inwards, then that one, and then you fold it up like this. And then this one is going to be what you use at the front. So depending on what you want to put on the front of your rag book, again, it's up to you. Just see if I've got some Valentine's sentiments here, because we're making some Valentine's cards. So let's just see if we can find a little one. Oh, got a bee mine. I think that one. Oh, try to live forever and always. Yeah, I think I'll have that one. Forever and ever. So again, it's up to you how much you want to do with this. So I think I'll just use a bit more colour on this. Allow it going straight across the middle. So once the bow's tied, you'll not see it. Sorry, I'm going to the camera then. But then when they open it up, we'll see it. So once I've got that in place, now we need to unfold it again, then turn it over. Then you know which way you can do your other photos and things like that. So because this is upside down, just because of the way that it folds when you've done, that's why I like to do it the way that I did, so that, because I've done it before and I've stuck it on. Okay, I think I'll just stick some more of my love hearts on here. I think I might put I've got this one because I've got a couple of pink sparkly ones. little hearts stuck on. I will be putting more embellishments on it once I've decided which photos I'm going to put into it, but that's essentially the brag book finished. So flip it back over to the side with the pockets on. I'm going to fold it up again. And then if you've got your side, that's the front page that you're going to do. And I've probably got way too much ribbon here, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Now this is when I'd usually ask one of my kids to come in and say, just put your finger there, but they're not with me at the moment, so I shall have to see how I can do on my own. And then just titivate your bow how you want it to be. And then now you've got your bow how you want it to go. Then that's how, then you can cut off any excess ribbon. But remember, you need to leave enough on for them to be able to retie it again, because if you cut your ribbon too short, then it's going to be difficult for them to refasten it once you've, you know, if the ribbon's not long enough for them to get it around the fingers and everything. So, and then it's not the best ribbon in the world, but once I get my kids to come and stick one of the fingers there, I'll be able to do the bow a little bit better. So I think I'll cut these ones at an angle, so we'll go there. These little bits of ribbon, I can use them as embellishments on scrap cards. So they're not really big enough for making any bows with or anything, but they're good for just embellishing onto cards. And then that's our little Valentine's brag book. So it's really small and compact, and somebody can keep it in their handbag or in the sock drawer if you're giving it to a man, because I can't imagine that a man's going to carry it around with them in the pocket on Valentine's Day. But if you just want to give it to them, then it's something nice and small, just as a token of your love for them. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope I've inspired you to have a go at making a brag book yourself. And thanks for watching. If you could give the video a like, that would be great. And I'll see you next time. Bye!